Hey folks, Gary here with Paramount. So, there's 1,000 EDC videos out there. Never seen one of those videos. They talk about the guns they recommend, holsters, flashlights, knives. Today, we're going to talk about what's really important. If you're serious about saving lives, we're going to talk about the items that you need to have on you every single day, the real EDC items. And it doesn't include any of these. So, watch this intro and we'll see you in a second. All right, so I think it's really important that every now and then, especially in the tactical community, that we stop what we're doing and we analyze some of the information that we're putting out. We analyze some of the things that we do every single day as an individual, the concepts that we believe in, and we need to question those, right? We need to kind of reanalyze what's going on. So, I think we can all agree that everybody watching this channel that believes in the Second Amendment carries on a regular basis and or has a firearm in their home for self-defense. We do this. There's really one major driving factor, and that driving factor really is the preservation of life, right? We want to make sure that we're personally responsible for protecting ourselves and protecting our family. We know that 911 is not going to get there in time, so we are personally responsible for the security and the safety of ourselves and the people we love, and sometimes even the general public. So that's why most of us believe in carrying a firearm. And again, it goes back to number one, we know that 911 can't get there in time. And number two, it comes back to the preservation of life. So if that is our driving force, you would think that we would stop and really analyze the things that we could do or determine the things that we could do that would have the greatest impact when it comes to actually saving lives. So, we carry a firearm because one of our concerns is a bad guy with a gun. It's a real concern. It happens, right? But statistically speaking, it's actually pretty low. So let's put this in perspective. I mean, many of you watching this video right now have either been involved in a car wreck or seen a car wreck or witnessed an actual car wreck happening where serious injuries occurred and or death. Almost nobody watching this video right now has actually witnessed or seen a firefight, much less been in a firefight. So again, those things are fairly rare. But the number one cause of death between the ages of 1 to 44, the part of our population is generally the most healthy, 1 to 44. The number one cause of death is traumatic injury. All right, and another way to say that is everyday accidents, whether it's car wrecks, whether it's accidents at home, whatever it is. And a majority of those deaths can be prevented. I think that we're really good at equipping and preparing ourselves for the least likely scenario, actually the scenario that's the scariest, right? While remaining wholly unequipped and unprepared for the most likely scenarios and the most likely areas where we could have the greatest impact, we could preserve life. Because many of you right now, if there was somebody that broke into your home with a firearm or threatened you with a firearm, you would know what to do, you'd be able to react, and you'd be able to neutralize that threat. But conversely, most of you, if there was a traumatic injury that occurred in your presence that required your action and requires specific equipment to save a person's life, you would rely on 911. The analogy I always think about is somebody walking around with a parachute because they're scared they may have to jump out of a skyscraper, but they don't put their seatbelt on. It's kind of the same thing. And make sure that we're clear on this. I'm not saying that these aren't important. These are. All right? All of this stuff is good and you should have it. But you also need to have that medical response training. And specifically, you need to be carrying trauma gear on your person at all times. That's what really matters. And there's lots of different items out there that you should carry. We have different types of tourniquets. We have, right here is a whole ankle trauma kit. And look, all these trauma kits, and I'm not gonna get into these specific products, we're gonna say that for another video, but trauma kits can be and should be kind of scalable, right? There's the stuff that you carry on your person. Then there's stuff that you might have a car kit, and then you might have a larger kit for the home or whatever else. And then sometimes this is actually a ankle trauma kit that I've carried all over the world. It's a very robust trauma kit, right? I mean, we got chest seals, hemostatic agent, a tourniquet, trauma shears, emergency blanket, needle D, a pressure dressing, all in this one kit. And again, there are times when the type of clothing or the environment doesn't allow me to carry everything, so I might have to take one or two out and slim this thing down. Or if it really requires it. I may have to take some of these things out and carry them on my person as opposed to keeping them conveniently on my ankle. Now, I will tell you this right now, the gear is important, but the training is more important. Too often I see people, they go out and buy this gear, but they really don't know how to use it. And this is very specialized gear. You need to have training. Don't just think that you automatically know how to operate a tourniquet. Are tourniquets that complicated? Not really, but there's a certain way that we should apply these things and under certain conditions. And you need to know that because we're dealing with a life-saving device. So make sure that you seek training. We'd love for you to come to one of our courses. We're one of the few companies, we're NAEMT certified, National Association of Emergency Medical Technicians. So all of our traumatic injury response courses, you get a 3-year certification with those. You're gonna get continuing education units if you're already in the medical field. But more importantly, you're getting the latest and greatest science-based, peer-reviewed information, tactics, techniques, and equipment suggestions when it comes to that. So make sure that if you do get training, and I want you to get training for this, because this is more important than these, all right? They go great together, but I want you to have both. Just make sure you go to a training company that's reputable and that their instructors have real world experience. I mean, that's important, right? And all of our instructors have operational experience. They've been overseas. They've done this stuff in the real world. They've done what we call ditch medicine. And then they have real world instructional experience. They're good at teaching because that's what they do full time as a job. So we'd love for you to come train with us, but more importantly, get training somewhere by a good reputable company. And this doesn't have to be hard. And I have my gun here, but I also have a tourniquet that I'm carrying on me. Not just one tourniquet, but in my back pocket, I have a soft T wide. And then I also have this product. I'm gonna end up doing a separate video on several, probably 3 or 4 different videos on just some of the things we covered already. Tourniquets, trauma kits, and I'm gonna go over the individual products that we recommend, why, and do some comparison. All right, this is also a really great product. It's on our website. It's called Battle Wrap. But what I love about this is it's so versatile, right? We can actually use this. It's designed as a pressure bandage, and it's a really good pressure bandage. And what our medics love about it is the fact that it's clear, so you can actually see if it's effectively stopping that bleeding or that bleeding has stopped. So, some of the other bandages out there, they have a lot of gauze, they have a lot of absorbent material on the pads, and the wound could still be bleeding, but you can't tell because it's being absorbed, and that's a problem. This is clear. You can immediately tell if it's effective or not. You can actually use this as a chest seal, and you can achieve the same performance of a tourniquet with this. So it's a very versatile product. If I can't carry anything else, I'm carrying this, but I've also trained on this, and I continue to sustain my training with this. Because again, just like anything else, there's certain kind of quirks and things that you need to remember, and just getting good reps with it. So another great product. But the point is, this video is not about products, it's about mindset. And we got to get in the right mindset, because if you're serious about saving lives, you're going to put the emphasis on the medical gear, where you're 1,000 times more likely to use it to save a life than you ever will a gun. And again, we're a firearms company first and foremost that also does a lot of and pushes medical training really hard. You need to carry a firearm, but you also need to carry medical gear. And if look, every time that you carry a firearm, you need medical gear. Like we're reactive shooters, we're defensive shooters, so we're reactive. By the time that we get our gun out, somebody has already pulled a gun on us, has shot somebody else, something bad has already happened. You can actually win a firefight and then still die, right? So again, we gotta have this med gear. Anytime that I can carry a gun, I'm carrying med gear. Anytime that I can't carry a gun, I'm carrying med gear. And you can carry med gear all over the world. I've carried all this equipment through airports, all over Africa, all over South America. I've never been stopped, never been questioned. I have separate ones that go in my carry-on, as well as my check bag, as well, a larger kit in the check bag. So ultimately, this video is about a mindset. It's not about gear. It's about really taking stock and making sure that we're putting the effort. And look, I know everybody watching this video, you're serious about protecting yourself, protecting your family. I just want to make sure that we're not missing the areas that matter the most. So I hope you found this video helpful and informative. Definitely hit the subscribe button down below. Hit like if you want to see more videos like this. Besides the gear that I kind of threw up here and kind of threw in your face real quick, maybe there's some other medical gear that you'd like us to try out, do a review on, or compare to some of the items that we've already tested and we believe in. You can go to ParamountTactical.com to check out all our upcoming courses. We'd love for you to come to some of our med courses and our shooting courses. And definitely check out our online store. Everything that we carry in there are items that we've actually tested, we believe in, and we feel confident recommending to our military and law enforcement clients. All right, so until next time, stay armed, stay ready, and we'll see you soon.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what, add it up.